Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, Soul Fam, Soul Fam. Thank you so much for joining me, you beautiful souls, whether you're on my in my Facebook community, be your own guru, or my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for being just a part of my life, this story, and thank you for receiving me today. I've got some really awesome news, so I'd love for you to celebrate with me. If you pop on, hi, let me know that you're here. One of the very first things I just want to start out with sharing is that my son Noah, who has been receiving lots and lots of treatments for his second diagnosis of Hodgkin's lymphoma, he has been in the hospital since March 7th and receiving a stem cell transplant and a bunch of other support that he's needed. And he was released, discharged from the hospital yesterday. So I just would really like for I want to celebrate. I'm so excited. I can't even imagine the level of freedom and joy this 18, almost 19-year-old person, my beautiful youngest child, is probably experiencing today. So he's not with me in Florida right now. He's in Cincinnati. Because of the pandemic restrictions, we've not been able to see each other since he was diagnosed in November, but I've been receiving daily updates from his dad and his stepmom, and this has been a rough road for him. Things have not gone as planned, and he has been really sick and is now on the road to recovery. So I kind of wanted to let my soul fam, especially in this community, know kind of where I went, what's been going on. If you remember, we did a full live stream series all throughout October. We did the 30 days of sharing. If you're new to this community, I strongly recommend that you check out the video section in this group. We had I think over 40 presenters in 30 days offer their time, their talents, their magic, and their medicine. And it's all free and still available, all those replays. And shortly after that, I did a weekly series called Dates with the Divine. And that's also in the video section in the replays. But Noah got diagnosed right around Thanksgiving, mid-November last year. And so for me, I've kind of gone quiet and things have been tense, and I've been focusing on the things that I can control and just trying to show up as a good mother and a mentor, facilitating the transformation for the spirit messengers that I've had the honor and privilege of walking beside, being present for this past year. So I'd love it so much if you celebrated this this day with me, that Noah's finally been able to leave. I've been so excited, so ready to make this announcement. We've gotten the almost there, not quite ready a few times. And so hopefully you can just feel my joy, feel my excitement. Hi, Subendri. And hi, Cindy. And just, yeah, woo. So the next probably major announcement right around that will be when I get to Cincinnati and I get to actually spend time with him, when I get to put my arms around him and when I get to see him. But each step is great and I'm grateful. So I have another announcement, if you can handle two of them. This one's going to be a little more long-winded, but short story version is that my name that I have been using since 2014 of Ty the Spirit Messenger is changing. It's going away. It no longer feels compatible to me for a few reasons. And I'd like the opportunity right now to share the why of that. But most importantly, I think you'll see it over here. My name, it says Ty Gold Alchemist. This is a version of this is what you're going to see my Facebook fan page, and kind of like the administrator of this Facebook community, and even on my YouTube channel is going to end up changing to Ty Gold Alchemist or some version of that. So Gold is really my last name now. It wasn't before. This is my married name. So thanks to my husband for, Before that, my last name was something that I didn't feel like honored me, and it kind of has had a history. So when I went through my massive spiritual growth and development back in 2012, and then the divine asked me to step into this higher calling in 2014, I did, in a sense, disassociate from my last name. And I used the moniker, the Spirit Messenger, because I felt like it properly identified what I did, what I brought to the table, what my skills, talents, strengths, and assets were. And then I created the online spiritual academy, and my goal was to mentor spirit messengers. And here we are, like a year and a half later into that, and we have about 15 spirit messengers now. So it doesn't even make sense for me to be the spirit messenger. And I'm happy. I'm happy to relinquish the title. I'm happy to share it with everybody. And I'm honored to walk beside these beautiful souls and shift into this new calling for me of Tygel the Alchemist. So I just kind of wanted to help you understand it truly is my last name. It's what's on my driver's license, sort of. That's not my full first name, but this is a version of my name that I actually do use. I swear, God designed it this way. So I just want you to be paying attention and be on the lookout, especially if you subscribe to my YouTube channel or you're following along on my Facebook page. You will see that change. It's still me, just a different version. And I want to help you understand. I'd like to explore how that relates in some ways as far as how leadership goes. So you may or may not know, but I'm extremely passionate about supporting and being a part of the new earth paradigm, the shift of our planet into these more 5D ways of living. And it's become one of my missions to help establish and create communities and cities that are more 5D structured. And so over the last few years, I've really noticed that I'm not compatible to a lot of the 3D ways of doing things, especially when it comes to business. And I have been what I was uncomfortable with, the divine would mentor and help me shape and change things so that it did become more aligned with 5D frequencies. So specifically, the conversation I want to have with you is about leadership. Leadership is very different in 5D ways of doing things. In 5D roles of leadership, you're focused on divine service with your most compatible soul tribe members. So it's not about more. It's about syncing up to being paired with the most resonant individuals and sharing your codes, sharing your specialty areas, sharing your frequencies. And there's a very balanced give and receive. When I mentor people, it's my joy to receive back to them what they're learning, how they're implementing it, and there's this whole balance and give and receive cycle. If I was mentoring somebody and they weren't sharing with me what it is they learned or noticed or how strategy was affecting them, it would make our mentorship kind of fall short. It would be kind of flat. And so I really would like to ask you maybe pay attention to that in the roles that you're playing. Is there a give and receive cycle? And is it balanced? The other thing that happens a lot in 3D business structures is the whole the hierarchy thing and pedestaling, and I used to be this way too back in 2013 and 14, because the divine trained and taught me. I had insecurities about people who had gone to a school or been certified. And I thought if I was brand new in this awakening and I was already doing things like communicating with my guardian angels and spirit guides, that a lot of people in the spiritual community had not quite mastered yet. So I understand this whole trying to figure and find out where you belong. And we use a lot of measuring tools and yardsticks or whatever in 3D ways of doing things. And so what I've noticed is anytime somebody has put me on a pedestal, it's been a problem. either they're expecting me to solve too much of their and the world's problems, or I mess up like humans do and I disappoint them, and vice versa. Anyone who I have pedestaled in the past, it's become a problem. So in the 5D ways of doing things, we tend to look at each other like peers. We tend to look at each other like equals. We tend to treat each other, like a family in harmony with balance and respect for each other. I appreciate and adore you in your specialty skills and areas, and I love what you offer and bring to the planet, the codes that you're sharing, the ways that you activate, and support people. I don't want to take it from you. I don't feel insecure because you're better than me in an area. I feel like we all have something to deliver. We all have something to offer. And I see us all on an equal and level playing field. So this was another reason why the whole Spirit Messenger, Ty the Spirit Messenger moniker was no longer suiting me, because I felt like I had started out with an original intention of it, and I felt like it was being perceived that I saw myself as better than others, or above other people, and that's just really not the way that I like. That's not the role that I want to play, and that's not how I see myself. So I'm excited that we'll be changing that this week. And there's a lot more that I could share with you, and I probably will in the upcoming live streams about our roles and how we see ourselves and conduct our businesses in the 5D paradigm versus the 3D old ways of doing things. But I would just love to hear from you. Have you ever found yourself pedestaling, putting other people on a pedestal, or even yourself? Have you had a behavior of being on the throne and kind of like looking down on other people? And, I think it's important to understand this is not a sustainable way of serving. Of support, of providing support to other people. You don't see them in their greatness, in their God glory gifts and talents. You don't see how capable people are. And if you are putting yourself on a throne, saying you're better at this than anybody, then you're not really empowering people to be the fully capable human beings that they are. And you'll keep attracting this kind of system into your business if you are putting people on a pedestal, or trying to measure, find out where you measure up, or that whole system. So for me, if you're looking for a mentorship and you're really into that kind of way of doing things, we probably wouldn't be a good match for mentorship. I don't like to be pedestaled. I really like to be valued, and even in my mistakes, even in my humanness. And I don't enslave others. I don't like to. That's just not the way that I operate. So if you want to learn more about that stuff, you're going to want to click on my live streams in the future. And I have one more thing to share with you. The Divine and I have decided from now on, all of my live streams, my goal is going to be to feature something new from some other business, because I love supporting other businesses, especially ones I have relationships with. So I love receiving products and services. I invest all the time in our communities, globally, online, in person. And so what I'm going to be doing in some of my live streams, just sharing with you some of the stuff, the great things that I've received lately, where I've gotten them, what it is, da-da-da-da-da-da. So today's share, I am wanting to give a massive thank you and shout out to Cindy over at Abundant Souls. Hopefully this isn't backwards. I love the wings on this. You guys know how I am about wings. Definitely a divine messenger offering a beautiful, beautiful service. So she surprised me. You got to know this about me. If people are going to send me things, or if I buy things from them, I really like to make purchases from people who are are intuitive and who are divinely guided. So surprises really work out for me. I have a tendency to like send vendors money and just ask them to pick and choose something for me or custom create something for me. Because I'm a business owner and because I'm intuitive, I'm making decisions all the time. And by allowing someone else to utilize their guidance, I feel like it's this beautiful heart gift that most likely the divine, their divine support team guided them. So Cindy totally surprised me out of the blue by sending me what she calls her $1 million bundle. And in it, is this really awesome? So I think intentions are everything. And I have an awesome relationship with money. Like for me, cash is a love frequency. I love to share it. I love to give it. I love to receive it. For me, there is nothing about money that is bad. And I also don't see it more important than me soaking in the tub or taking care of myself. For me, it's just like the same kind of frequency. So anyway, I also think intentions are important. And so I find it interesting that my husband and I are doing a lot of changes to our business, and the divine inspired Cindy to send this $1 million bundle to us. And our focus, our goal is to be of divine service, to support humanity in new ways and bring some content and material that the divine is literally asking us to create and provide for this new Earth planet. So literally, that's my mission. That's my focus. And the divine, I feel, is sending a validation that I'm going to be honored greatly for striving to achieve this goal. So part of the $1 million bundle is this really cool, awesome gold $100 bill that I'm going to end up putting on my altar in my sacred space. We have an awesome, I think, full moon in a few days, and this will be a great time to kind of set some intentions. There's some money incense, which I really like the smell of. Cindy doesn't know this, but I usually have something burning or going in my house with a scent all the time between my essential oils and then this huge, massive candle. I'm going to open it because I want you guys to see inside. So she totally surprised me with this package. Cindy and I just connected recently. I'm trying to remember how we crossed paths. I usually ask people that, how we connected, because the divine loves to send me some of the most beautiful, magical, wonderful people for us to, just get to know. Oh, okay. So inside the candle, she gives you some safety tips because she's put some cool little material in here, but it's not actually safe to burn it with all of that in there. So I really appreciate this. I don't have children at home anymore, but I did at one time. And obviously, I want to follow the safety rules as well. So this is the $1 million candle, guys. Oh, where's the camera? From the Abundant Soul Shop. When I connected with Cindy, it was Archangel Raphael that showed up and showed me that he was working with Cindy on her business. I think I smell like lemon sweetgrass. Cindy says numerology. That's how we connected. Yeah, but somehow our paths crossed before then, either through this group or on social media. I'm not sure. I'm so glad you're in here, Cindy. Say hi to everybody. So this is the $1 million candle. I think I definitely smell lemongrass in here. Okay. And then there's a dollar bill in here, crystal, coins. It looks like a bay leaf or sage. I'm not sure. Some gold flecks. I love this. I'm so excited. We've been waiting to burn this because I kind of just wanted to get to the other side of Noah's being released before I kind of started manifesting new things in my life. So we're on the other side of that, which is a great, great, great. It's a bay leaf, Cindy says. Awesome. So I'm not sure how many ounces this is, but it's a pretty big candle. Can you tell everybody, Cindy, how many hours that you think this will burn? Since you're in here, you can help us with this. I usually have something burning in my office. I set an intention every day. I usually 12 ounces. Okay. I usually meditate every day. And kind of ask my soul what it desires to achieve that day or what it wants to play with. And so this is really going to be fun to tap into. So it's just kind of been at the ready and on standby. And I got to tell you, I know this is glass. I think Cindy's in Florida. I'm in Florida. So this package didn't have to go far. I'm pretty sure from my conversation with her, she does have a tin version available if you request that, if you're concerned about the glass breaking. But I can tell you, the amount of bubble wrap that came with this, I don't think an egg would break. Like it was, I had to get out scissors. There was a lot of bubble wrap. I'm still not sure what I'm going to do with all that bubble wrap, but she takes great care to make sure that it's going to get to you safely. So Cindy, I want to thank you so much for kind of sponsoring today's video and even showing up here while I'm sharing this. I want to give everybody your website. And if you order with from Cindy today, her website is theabundantsoulshop.com, and you can get 10% off by typing in save 10 at the checkout. So thank you so much for contributing to that. I'm excited to see what comes through my meditations. And again, like I'm grateful to receive, and an open and grateful heart continues to receive. So I love to know your thoughts about the divine leadership conversation I was having with you today. And tell me what you think about me dissolving Ty the Spirit Messenger as a moniker or a label, and give Cindy some love. Go shopping on her online store today and let her know that you received this divine guidance from me. Cindy says, if you order today, so it's Saturday, May 22nd, if you're catching this on YouTube right now, if you order today, you will save an extra 15%, you'll save up to 15% off because it's her 1 year checkout or 1 year anniversary. And she's saying it's automatically discounted at the checkout. So 15% off, that's like fantastic. The abundance keeps on giving. So thank you so much, Cindy, for sharing this with me. I love your love so much, and I appreciate it. And I'm so glad to walk beside you, and I'm honored to walk beside you in this life we're living. So reach out to me if you have any questions. I'm going to be live streaming and sharing in here more, but look for Ty Gold, the Alchemist from now on, because Ty the Spirit Messenger has leaving the building. All right. I appreciate you all. I love you all so much. Talk to you soon. Bye.